And I have something else to give you before we start today.
I'm so scared.
You should be very afraid.
I'm so nervous.
There you go.
Oh no. Ah, it looks so legit.
I love her.
Ah, I love it. Yeah, some of the things were changed from my description, but honestly, it looks fucking epic.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I thought
she did
came
good.
out pretty good.
Yeah,
Now,
that's awesome. And I
well.
I love that she's a Calistar and it says elf, but honestly, it works for her personality.
Oh,
because, no, it works.
Yeah, no, I know. I intentionally, like, everyone's is wrong. Like, mine is.
Yeah,
So.
I love it. I think that's hilarious.
But there's Dexter as well.
I love it. Oh, her face is so like, I don't want to be here. This is so fucking, I'm done.
Tim hasn't seen his yet, but I'll share his with you as well.
Okay.
And you're gonna go, yeah, that tracks.
Oh my god, I love these so much. She did such a great job.
She did. It's very phenomenal looking. Very, very good. Very impressive.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So now we all have photo references for our characters in that campaign.
Love it.
All right.
So
Per the tradition with my first session, I don't do warm-up questions in the first session, so we just jump right into things. So I'll give you a brief description of where we're starting at, sort of how things look, things of that nature. The year is 1302. It is the second moon of the year, which is our summer. Wind blows throughout the nation of Daimerel. It's lovely outside. Things are looking on the up and up, as far as we can tell, and I'm going to ask Leslie now, where do we find Cyprin at this exact moment in time?
So it is current, right? Like, after all the background that I sent you, right?
Yes.
Okay. Summer,
But to be clear, Queen Anerin, as far as you know, is still alive, and the war and everything has not set on yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, and it's, what day of the week and, like, time? Is it, like, a weekend, probably? Or,
It's like a,
I don't know.
It's, closer to a Friday, I would say, yeah.
Okay. I feel like she's probably in her house,
Mm-hmm.
or, like, on a porch. I'd like to say she has a background or a backyard or a porch or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like she's probably just sitting there drinking tea with her wife.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Just thinking about the days.
Yeah.
Just chilling. Getting ready to have some time off for the weekend, you know, after probably some intense stuff with the council and the city watch and things.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think she's just relaxing.
Okay. Give me a moment to pull this up.
I can barely hear the music. I think
I can turn it up if you want.
Okay, cool, thanks. Yeah, I have mine turned up all the way.
How's
so
that?
I still can't hear it very well.
I
don't know if it's because I right-clicked and stream volume is all the way up for me.
Mm-hmm. Is Discord's volume low, perhaps?
No. Oh, there it is. It's a little better.
Okay.
I don't know why now.
All right.
Cool,
It
thank
all
you.
works out. No, you're good. All right, so she's at home with Theo.
Mm-hmm.
And they're sharing a tea on the back porch, you would say?
Yeah.
Okay. Are they talking about anything in particular? Do you just want to jump in the middle of the conversation, or?
I feel like they're quiet. I don't know, just thinking. You know, she's just drinking tea, and I don't know what Theo is up to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what hobbies Theo is into. Maybe.
I like to imagine Theo knits.
I was thinking the same thing. I don't know why.
Because she's got, like, as far as I remember from what I read, she's got, like, kind of, like, she's a bit more, I mean, in comparison to Cyprin, she's a bit more kind of bitter.
Yeah, she's bold, she's
Yeah.
fiery, she's intense.
I imagine
So I
she
think
would knit like little sweaters and other items
which is
and stuff.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Cyprin's like quiet and shy, and she does blacksmithing, like, you know. Yeah, I love that for them. Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah. Theo is next to Cyprin, knitting while Cyprin drinks her tea. And Theo, in between knits, goes, "So, how are things with the council this week?"
Oh, you know, same old, same old. Can't really complain. It's a paying job, so. Chenku's been great.
I assume it's quite easy when we have a queen who does nothing all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really allowed to talk about her like that, but you're not wrong, honey.
You're not, but I am. Ever since she's taken the throne, she hasn't done a goddamn lick of good for this country.
But, I mean, she kind of does pay for, you know, my livelihood, so.
She does that. And for that, I'm thankful. Everything else, I'm resentful.
Just don't go saying it around town, okay?
I know. I wouldn't want to tarnish your good reputation.
Well, I just don't want you getting hurt over it.
They can try to hurt me, they'll fail.
Cyprin kind of smirks into her tea.
Suddenly, there comes a knocking. From the front of the house, I'll say. You can hear someone knocking on the front door.
Cyprin turns to Theo and just, "You expecting anyone?"
I'm not. But I'm at a pivotal point in this stitch, so if you want to go answer that, I'd really appreciate it.
Absolutely. And she sets her tea down and kisses the top of Theo's head as she walks towards the front door.
Right. Would you say the door has a window on it, or is it just like a straight wooden door?
Probably just straight wooden.
Straight wooden, okay. Yeah. So you just
gonna
swing it open?
Yeah, I think she will.
Okay, make a dex. No, I'm kidding.
You get a bullet to the face.
You're dead. Congratulations, roll up a new character. You get to play Theo, getting her vengeance for the rest of the campaign.
Oh my god, I didn't.
That'd be incredible. Okay, so the door. Cyprin opens the door and she sees two knights of the royal guard standing there, and they go, "Lady Cyprin." So they kind of like bow their heads.
Hello? Is everything okay?
Shanku has sent us. You must come with us immediately. It's an emergency.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Just give me a couple minutes. I'll be right out.
Very well. We'll prepare the wagon and await your return.
Oh, all right. And she closes the door. She walks straight back to Theo, a little nervous, and she just goes, Chenku needs me. It's an emergency. I don't know what's going on, but and I don't know how long it will be, but don't wait up, I guess.
Okay. What would you want me to do about dinner?
If it's too late, I'll just grab something in town. Don't worry about me.
Okay. I'll be here.
Okay. Have a great night. Love you, hon. And she heads out.
Love you too, sweetheart. She waves her off.
She's so chill.
And Cyprin makes her way outside, gets on the wagon with the knights. Sort of a quiet ride over there, unless you want to prompt them to ask them what's going on, but otherwise it'll just be a pretty quiet ride over.
I feel like she's just gonna kind of be in her head.
Okay, so you are taken to Castle Covington, as we know it. Let inside without any real issues. You can detect a kind of strange somberness about the castle, about the people. The tone just seems off. Something that was not present in the rest of Vecna on your way here or in your neighborhood. It just seems to be within the castle. There's something's happened. You can tell something's happened. And finally, you're brought to the throne room, where you do not see the queen or the rest of the council, but just Shanku.
Oh god.
He's a lizard folk. He's donning some some royal garb, I'll say. Some nice robes he's wearing as he looks on and goes, Cyprin.
Chenku, what is going on?
Quickly. Leave this room, knights. Leave now. They're like, all right, fucking whatever. They shuffle out of the room. Shenku, you can tell he's worried. He's concerned. And he looks at you and he's like, does anyone know that you're here?
Other than my wife, no.
Good. Something terrible has happened, Cyprin.
Where's the queen?
Well, that's the starting point, I suppose. Queen Anerin is dead.
Cyprin just has, like, a look of shock on her face. And she just thinks back to her conversation with Theo earlier. And she's like, oh, fuck. But she just doesn't say any of that out loud, and she just kind of goes, what happened?
It seems old age has finally taken its toll on the old soul, and she passed away earlier this morning. But before she did, she made her one and only decree. As you know, Queen Anerin's been very apathetic during her reign. But she made one decree last night. She legitimized all of her children.
Oh, fuck.
And that means all of them. Todrick, Darren, and Francis. Now you can see why I called you here before the rest of the council.
Yeah, this is gonna cause some problems.
I'm not too concerned about Francis. He's always been a good knight, loyal to the realm. But Todrick is worrisome. He's one of those religious types. I'm sure you've heard his prophecy.
Oh. Yeah. I feel like she would have, but I don't think I know.
So, Todrick Covington II has prophesied that a Rohan Ashford will save Bellaruta from one of the madness gods in the future.
I mean, he's not wrong, but...
But that Rohan also doesn't exist yet. This is like 100 years before that campaign will start.
Yeah.
And there's not really a notable Rohan Ashford there's the Ashford family in Ashbourne, but they're not like nobles or royals or anything like that, so I don't feel like Cyprin would know who they are specifically.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like a bunch of crap, and like with the religious crazy hoo-hoo whatever crap, I mean, nobody's gonna take it seriously, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So the problem comes with him, because if he can rile up enough of his fellow religious followers, then we'll have a problem on our hands.
Oh, God. Also, out of character, who would... If she hadn't legitimized all her children, who would be the rightful heir to the throne?
It's hard to say, because of the fact that she didn't that none of her children were legit when she died.
Okay. Were they all bastards?
Yeah. Like, none of them... She never had a child... She was never married, and she never had a child in wedlock. So none of her children could have been legitimized to begin with. So really it was going to be left up to the council's discretion when she died. But since she legitimized her children, we would go by the line of succession. So technically Darren, being the oldest and firstborn, would be the first in line to be king out of his brothers.
Okay. Okay, cool. Thank you.
So, that's the problem we have to deal with.
Oh, no. So, what are we gonna do? Like,
well, I'm going to send out a letter that will notify the rest of the country first. I'll have several messenger boys on their way there. In the meantime, you need to find Darren.
Oh, okay.
He's the rightful heir to the throne, all things considered. If we are to respect the line of succession as we have for many years in this country, you have to find Darren And I don't know if he needs to be convinced to take the throne. If he does, you need to convince him, because otherwise it's going to be left up to Todrick. And if it's left up to Todrick, well,
yeah,
we've had insane kings in the past, and I don't want to repeat that, you know.
Yeah. Oh gosh, this is a headache. Well, do you have any idea where Darren might be right now?
Darren has a home in the town of Beckinsdale, just west of here.
Oh yeah, I'm familiar.
If you can make your way there, you can try to find him, hopefully. Do you need a horse? Do you need a wagon? What can I help you with?
Yeah, I could just borrow a horse, that'd be great.
Head down to the stables and they'll set you up with one. Let them know that I sent you.
Okay.
I also have to alert the rest of the council. I just wanted to make sure I spoke to you before I spoke to the rest of them, because quite frankly, I think there's some members of our council who will not see Darren as the rightful heir to the throne.
Oh gosh, this is such a headache. Oh, well, thank you for telling me first, friend.
Of course.
I'll get on that.
Then be safe.
Thank you. You as well, my friend.
Very well.
She's gonna head out to the stables.
Yeah. So
with
you
her
head out there.
mind muddled. Oh fuck! Way to start a campaign.
Oh, you can't imagine how Tim had to experience it from his perspective. It was even.
I'm so excited to for all of us to have our one-on-one sessions and then talk about it later after we know. It's gonna be great. Also, a quick question. What is Darren's personality like? Unless I'm gonna find that out later. Just for some background on him so I know how to act around him.
Darren is a traditionalist. He's stubborn. Little to nothing in the way of a sense of humor.
Okay.
He's very stern, and he's very things need to be by the book with Darren for the most part.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, so not like a drunkard and someone who sleeps around and stuff. Okay,
No.
Okay, so he might actually make a good king if he.
Oh yeah.
As long as he's not screwed or and not a horrible person. Yeah. Okay.
For sure.
Cool. Okay.
All right. So you're taking the horse out to Beckinsdale, I assume.
Yep.
Okay. So you make your way out to Beckinsdale, and no real interference on the way there, although you do hear the streets are the rumors beginning to spread, basically. People are beginning to discuss Queen Anerin's death and what this means for the realm and blah, 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 stuff of that nature. And once you're in Beckinsdale, it's pretty much the same as you had found in the last campaign, a small farm town. It's much quieter here than it is in Vecna. A lot more peaceful, I would say. And yeah, you are free to explore and try to find Darren as you wish. If you'd like to talk to some of the locals, you can. Maybe go to a tavern and investigate there, perhaps. Up to you entirely.
I might. Yeah, I'll go to the local tavern and just. Yeah, I'll ask around. I have that rugged lifestyle feature. I don't know if that helps at all. Let me post that on the.
Please do.
It came with my background. There it is.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if that would help at all with
that.
The
Yeah, that'll
tavern.
help you. Yeah, for sure. So where are you heading to?
Just a tavern.
Yeah,
local.
Okay. Yeah, you find the nearest
Bed and
tavern.
breakfast, yeah.
Make your way inside. It's sort of quaint at the moment, especially for a Friday night, Friday evening. Bartender's sort of polishing off a glass behind the bar. He looks up and he goes, "Oh, welcome. What can I do for you?"
Hi. I actually, I have a quick question.
Ask away.
Yeah. Do you happen to know, where Darren Covington might be living? I just have a few questions for him. It's nothing bad. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Darren, he's not too far from here. He's never considered him the type to have people come looking for him. He keeps to himself for the most part.
Oh yeah, it's just a work situation,
Oh, okay. Yeah, he yeah, just a couple houses. Head out this door, head left. You'll see like a stack of houses there. Furthest one to the right. That'll be Darren.
Oh, thank you so much. And she sets down a couple of silver pieces.
Thank you. You want a drink for the road? The information was free.
So, just maybe like a water would be nice.
Very well then. Here.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy your water.
Thank you.
Safe travels, madam.
Thanks. Have a great night. She takes her water and swigs it down and heads out.
All right, and presumably she proceeds to the house that he spoke of.
Yes.
All right. So, you make your way in there, or not in. Make your way to the outside of the house, and you want to knock on the door. How are you presenting yourself? I would say.
First, can I do a perception check just to see if anything seems off, or if he even seems home, or if
Yeah, I'll give you that perception check.
Okay, let's see. What is my perception? Let's do a physical dice. 17.
Okay, perfect. So, looking at the house, you're not really able to discern anything from the outside, but you sort of listen, and you do hear the sound of a kind of raking coming from the backyard of this home.
I will forego the front door, and I will go straight to. I'm hoping there's a side gate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of like a smaller fence. You could walk over it. It's not like a high. It's not like a big like a fenced-in yard kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna head towards that way, but I'm not gonna be sneaky about it, so that way I don't scare the shit out of him.
Yeah.
It's gonna kind of be a little bit louder and just kind of say out loud, "Hey, Darren."
I am he.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Cyprin Gorhart. I worked for your mother in the council.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh. She's kind of taken aback by that. But she looks at him and gets herself together again, and she just goes, I've been asked to talk to you about whether or not you'd be okay with taking the throne in your mother's death.
I guess her visions did ring true then.
Visions?
One moment. I have to get a friend of mine.
Oh.
Hold this. He hands the rake to Cyprin. Just
she
walks
takes
away.
it. She takes it and she questioningly looks down, but then just starts raking.
Okay, and so emerging from the house, Darren sort of goes in the back door, and a couple seconds later he comes back out, and behind him stands a red tiefling.
No!
And Darren goes, "You said your name was Cyprin, yes?"
Yes.
This is Augury. Augury kind of bows her head and goes, "Nice to meet you, Cyprin."
Okay, She bows also politely with her hand on her chest, and she hello, nice to meet you as well. Who do you mind my asking who are you to, Darren?
I'm just a friend. She is an advisor.
Okay.
Now, she is psychic.
Oh.
She can see the future. The night before, she had visions of me on the throne.
Wow. Well, I mean, it does seem accurate at this point.
It does. That's why I'll be appointing her as my advisor, and, well, if you served my mother well, then surely you'll serve me well as well, yes?
I mean, yes, but I might have to take it up with the council, but, yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with it. I just, there is one other thing that might be a small problem.
And what is that?
Before your mother died, her last decree was making all of her children legitimate.
Well, I don't see how that'll pose any issue to me. I am next in the line of succession, so...
Yes, but technically all of you are now, so I think... And with the council being the way it is, I have a feeling not everyone will be on your side, sir.
Well, then we kill the ones who aren't. They will be traitors to the crown.
She kind of just, like, stiffens a little bit. And she goes, well, I wouldn't advise just killing outright. It's kind of why the council is there, is to talk over these things without violence.
If they stand against us, Cyprin, they are traitors to the kingship. And they will be made to pay as such. Now, we must quickly get to Vecna, for I need to be crowned.
Yes, sir. And she, like, kind of moves out of the way and points to the entrance of his house so that she can follow them up so that they can start heading out to Vecna. And meanwhile, internally, she's like, fucking hell. What have I gotten myself? What has Chen gotten me into? Yeah. Woo! He's a lot.
Yeah, he is that. So, as you make your way to the front, Augury's kind of like, well, if you two are going to proceed to the capital, I'll take care of something on the side that me and Darren had talked about beforehand.
Oh.
And I'll see to it that that's taken care of. She kind of hops on a horse and rides off at this point.
Cyprin makes note of that comment, but also doesn't say anything because it's none of her business. But she's curious.
Darren, would you say you're visibly curious?
I think she has, like, a quizzical eye. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, but she keeps her mouth shut.
Darren would notice it and go, well, Cyprin, if you're going to be loyal to me, I think you should be privy to the things that we're putting in place.
Oh, all right.
You are going to be loyal to me, of course.
Oh, yeah, yes, sir. And she does that weird little bow again with her hand on her chest.
Yeah, very good. I knew that if what Augury was saying was true, that we would have to put some countermeasures in place. For example, I needed to quickly turn Francis against my brother Todrick.
Oh.
As such, Augury is departing several assassins to go to his camp, under the guise of being there for Todrick. This will bring Francis into my favor, and will make it easier for us to destroy my brother Todrick when the time comes.
Fuck. Cyprin's eyes are wide, but she just kind of nods her head and she goes, yes, of course, sir. But she keeps that bit of information to herself.
I've always had a mind for strategy, so I think we'll do well. And he gets on his horse. Now, shall we depart for the capital?
Yeah, yes, sir.
And thus...
Would you like to lead the way?
Yes, I'll follow you. I haven't been to the Castle Covington in my entire lifetime, as my mother forbade it.
Yes.
That bitch.
Yeah, she didn't do a lot, did she?
Not a lot at all.
Well, I guess we should head towards the castle.
Very well, then. I will follow your lead.
All right. She heads out.
All right. So we make our way back to Castle Covington once again. And Cyprin, being who Cyprin is just allowed through the gate, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Darren following in suit. And you make your way to the throne room, and you find Shanku as well as the other members of the King's Council as well.
She kind of sweeps in and, like, awkwardly does that bow, and she just goes, hello everyone, I'm pleased to bring you Darren Covington. And she steps to the side and lets him go in front of her.
Greetings all. I am Darren Covington, the rightful heir to the throne. I've come to be crowned before any contest could come forward. Well, unfortunately, your liege, Shanku says, there has already been contests put forward by your brother Todrick. then he must be destroyed. As all who stand in the way of my throne will be destroyed. Suddenly, a knight enters the room. Excuse me. There's someone here. They were sent by Francis Covington III. Cyprin, would you mind dealing with that, please?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
While we discuss things.
She, like, kind of stutters and is, like, a little bit thrown off and ends up going to go find out what this knight needs.
Okay. So you follow the knight, and you come across a sort of tan-skinned man who he's not wearing noble clothing, you can tell. This is obviously someone who is of not noble birth, but is just a commoner, you know? Mm-hmm. He looks at you and he goes, "And you are?"
Hello. Yes, I am Cyprin Gorhart. I am part of the council and head of the city watch.
Greetings. I am Rohan Ashford, loyal advisor to Francis Covington III.
Oh, yes, welcome. Did you need something?
I've been sent on behalf of Francis to tell Darren that Francis wishes to hold a meet with him to discuss things regarding Tadric.
Yes, I will let him know as soon as he is done with his meeting. Would you mind waiting?
I think I should head back to the camp, but I will let Francis know that it's fine. Is there a location preference that Darren may have, or?
I actually just met him a little bit earlier myself, so I do not know, but I will ask him. She's like so flustered. Okay. Yeah. And she quickly turns around and heads back and quietly walks in and just goes,
Yes?
She's like trying to get their attention.
Yes, Cyprin?
There's a Rohan Ashford here sent on behalf of your brother Francis. He would like to meet with you. He was wondering where he should meet you.
Tell them we'll meet in the fields east of Beckinsdale, west of Vecna.
All right, I will, sir. And she bows and heads back to Rohan and lets him know of the location.
Okay. Rohan takes that information. He nods his head to Cyprin. Excuse me, and he leaves. And goes to relay that information to Francis.
At that, she tries to kind of collect herself a little bit, and she heads back into the throne room.
Well, oh, sorry, wrong character. Well, Darren, I believe the council will discuss your legitimacy to the throne. If you would like to wait here, we'll go into the council chambers and we'll discuss things. All of you with me.
Cyprin doesn't know what to do. She's kind of looking at the council and she's looking at Darren, like if she should stay with Darren or if she should go to the council, and eventually, her job weighs out and she heads to the council and leaves Darren.
Yeah, Darren just kind of stays there. Okay, and so all of you, it's like every other meeting. You all sit down. All the council members are there. Shanku, Zigam Thunderhead,
ooh, that's
Justice Mournhell, and Brunhild Farlight. You all sit down.
Can you mention those as Zigam Thunderhead, Justice Mournheld?
Yeah, let me just send them to you. Hold on.
Okay, cool. I'm just making notes of them.
No, you're good. There you go.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Okay. So, yeah. Okay, and all the council sort of sits down. And Shanku goes, "We are here today to discuss what is going to happen with the crown. I would like for everyone in favor of Darren to say aye. Aye."
Cyprin quietly just goes, aye.
Brewhill goes, aye. And Zigam and Justice keep their hands down.
Oof.
Is there a problem, you two? And Justice kind of looks up and goes, yes, there is. I believe that Darren is not fit for the crown, nor has he been chosen for it. We've followed the line of succession for hundreds of years. Yes, well, in all those years of the line of succession, there's never been a prophet present. Todrick is the true king, chosen by the ancient gods. I know that you two don't follow them, but we do. You three. And I strongly believe that we should consider Todrick's contest for the throne.
Quick question. Is it does it have to be a unanimous vote?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I was almost just gonna be like, well, it's 3 against 2, so fuck off.
Majority rule, bitch. Nope.
Yeah,
there's no majority rules.
Okay, cool. That's why I was like, why are we even discussing this? Yeah, I think Cyprin just kind of stays quiet during all of it, but I mean, she's had, with her small interactions with Darren, she's had a ton of red flags go off.
Mm-hmm.
But she just stays quiet because it's her job, you know?
Cyprin, you've stood in support of Darren. Plead his case.
Well, we are a land of succession, and, I mean, given that all 3 sons of hers technically were not legitimized until recently, if they were all legitimate children of hers, Darren would be the rightful heir to the throne, so it's just a non-conceded point.
Zigam kind of like bashes his hand on the table and he's like, you dare stand in opposition of God? We wouldn't be here without our old gods. And now you stand to spit in their face and put that whatever he is on the throne? I think not. Brewhill's just kind of there and is like, are we all so foolish that we don't see that this is exactly what Anerin seek to cause? I mean, the woman waits her entire life, making no decrees, not changing anything in Dimerel, and then all of a sudden just wants to legitimize all of her children before she fucking dies? We're being played! And you're ball playing into her fucking hand!
Cyprin finds herself nodding, and then she, like, quickly stops.
Zigam's like, you won't talk to me that way, Farlight. I won't have a northerner speak to me in such a manner. Oh, a northerner. So that's what it's really about then, is it? And Brunhild's kind of like standing up at this point, and Shanker's like, hold on, everyone. Calm down. I think everyone at this table wants to avoid a war. Yes?
Absolutely.
Yes. No one wants to see a war. And we all know that a war will unfold here if we let it. So I think, for the good of the realm, we stick to our guns, and we stick with the line of succession. Hasn't changed before. You can argue for it later. But right now, Dimerel needs us to be level-headed, as we have been for as many years as Anerin's been queen.
I agree. Yes, absolutely.
We need to seek a peaceful resolution here. So I ask again. All those in favor of Darren, raise thy hand and say aye.
Aye.
I. Justice kind of reluctantly goes, aye. And Zigam still sits there with his hand down.
Ugh. Fucking Zigam.
And Brunhild's like, you fucking bastard. You're going to plunge this country into chaos if you do not agree to just put Darren on the throne. We can avoid any kind of conflict if you'll just raise your hand. The only hand that I'll be raising, Farlight, is a fist to bring down on your face.
When he says that, I think Cyprin kind of puts her hand on her axe that's on her hip just in case. Because she just did not like the sound of that threat.
You can see Shanku starting to go for his dagger. But before anything can happen, Zigam stands up and walks out of the room. Justice soon following him afterwards.
Well, that went well.
I've seen better council meetings.
I've also seen worse.
That is true as well. What should we do?
Well, unfortunately, I have a feeling that we're not going to avoid a war at this point, seeing how Darren... I'm only with Chenku, right?
Shanku and Mr. Farlight.
I feel like he's legit.
We hope so.
I'm gonna take back what I said, because I'm just gonna say that in front of Chenku, but I'm just gonna say, I'm really afraid that we're going to be thrown headfirst into a war very soon.
Well, perhaps the meeting with Francis and Darren could resolve some things. You should be there, Cyprin.
Oh. Yeah, it's... sure, absolutely.
Yes, me and Brewhild will stay here. You go with Darren and take some of the Royal Guard with you. He is technically the king at this point.
Sure, and also, Chenku, could I have a word at some point as well?
We can have a word now. Farlight. Farlight nods his head and proceeds out the room.
Cyprin, nods to Brunhild, in thanks.
Mm-hmm.
And they're alone now?
Yes, they are.
Okay. She turns to Chenku and she just goes, yeah. Darren is an interesting one.
You sound
the reason
concerned.
why, yeah, I don't doubt that he'll be a great king because he does have it seems like a head for royalty and, all the things that come with that, paperwork and everything, but he's a little bit intense with bloodshed, it seems. The first thing he mentioned to me was how he wants to destroy anyone in his way to the throne. I have a feeling that's going to mean a lot of the common folk.
We'll just have to keep him from it, I suppose.
He also kind of wants me to be one of his advisors, I guess? I don't know.
And you shall be.
Oh, all right. There's also... he has this friend who's, I guess, going to be his advisor. Her name is, what was her name again? It was Ashford, I don't know. Augur something, I don't know. She was intense, and then he sent her off to go do some of his bidding so that he could turn his brother Francis against his other brother. It doesn't sit right with me, and I just wanted someone else to know, just in case shit hits the fan,
Well, it sounds like he's got a good mind for this thing, at least.
A lot of people are gonna die.
Such is war, unfortunately.
And again, that does not sit well with Cyprin, but she nods, and she goes, all right, well, I just wanted to keep you updated.
We received news from the south as well.
Oh?
That Rohan Ashford that stopped in earlier, he was with Francis?
Yeah.
His camp was attacked by Todrick's men.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was assassins sent by Augury and Darren.
Well, we'll just have to hope Francis never finds out about that.
Well, I think the only people who know are you, me, Darren, and Augury.
Very well.
So I'm trusting you with this, Jenku.
Your trust is well placed, and has been for many years.
All right, my friend. I will head off to this meeting. Hopefully there's no bloodshed.
Be safe, Cyprin. I would
Thank
hate
you.
for your head to come back on a pike.
Yeah, my wife would kill me.
And me.
Yeah. And I think she puts her arm out and grasps his forearm and says, "Good luck." And she heads out.
And thus they head.
Oh my god, this is so intense!
All right. And so presumably you're heading out with Darren and Augury to the field for the meeting then, yes?
Yes.
Right,
yes.
So you head out with a legion of the Royal Guard as well, which is, at this point in time, it's not actually at its largest, but it is one of the largest military forces in the world, so you have quite a few soldiers behind you at this point, which can make you comfortable or uncomfortable. It's up to you. Excuse me.
Yeah, she's just gonna follow them up to the meeting spot. She'll stand kind of near Darren, but more in the shadows. I mean, not physically in the shadows, but in a less conspicuous place, you know?
Well, you'd be on horseback at this point.
Yeah.
So riding up there, you, Augury, and Darren are all up front, and you can see Francis now. I'll also throw in, or actually, if you go in the end, then you see chat.
Okay.
Scroll up to the top. You can see the sigils that they're donning is the top one, and the sigils that you guys have are the bottom ones here.
Okay.
So that top one is Francis's, so you kind of see banners and whatnot, and Francis sort of greet each other, and Darren goes, "Greetings, Francis. I wish we could reunite under better circumstances." And Francis responds, "Me as well, brother, me as well, but it seems you are in line to inherit the throne, as it stands." "Yes, but first comes the problem of our brother Todrick, whom we will have to deal with once you join my side." "Yes, well, the only thing I ask, Darren, is that Todrick be allowed to live. I do not want us killing our own brother. He has already struck violence against you, Francis, I had heard in the capital." "That is true, but I believe that Todrick is simply not in the right headspace. He needs to be restrained. He needs help, Darren. Todrick is a danger to you and I, brother. And know that if you will not join me, you are standing against me, and I will not hesitate to destroy you as well. If that's the case, my brother, you'll have to destroy Todrick and I.
Fuck.
You'll be shorted on resources. Not to mention, in killing Todrick, you'll be frowned upon greatly by the religious and zealous community. Tell you what, Francis, I will give you until dawn to change your tune. After that, you'll be treated the same as our dear Todrick. A traitor." And he starts riding off at this point. Presumably Cyprin and Augury follow him.
Yeah, I think Cyprin's head is spinning.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she's following.
Make your way back to the castle, and you're in the throne room now, and you can tell Darren is just infuriated at Francis's refusal. He's like, "How dare he?"
Cyprin kind of speaks up quietly, but she just says, "Sir, do you mind if I say something?"
"Speak. You are one of my most trusted advisors, Lady Cyprin."
In her head, she goes, "I mean, we just met!" But, she just says, "Why are you so against not letting your brother live?"
"As long as Todrick lives, so does the ideas that surround him. When Todrick dies, the ideas that surround him die with him. He's the only one having these visions. No one else will be able to follow in this schizophrenic footstep of his.
She turns to him and she just kind of says, or you create a martyr for his followers.
And they will be slain too. Those who would stand against the crown are traitors, Cyprin. And they will be treated as traitors. And what do traitors get in Dimerel?
Death.
They die.
Yes.
They all die.
Cyprin just, after telling him her thoughts, she just nods and stays quiet now. She saw how that went.
So, now, Shanku and Theo enter the room. I tried to hold her back, Lady Cyprin, but she would not have it. Theo kind of rushes up and goes, "When were you planning on telling me what's going on today?"
Theo, I am at work right now.
I know you're at work, and you're going to tell me you're going to be involved in a war. Do you know what they're saying around the neighborhood?
Cyprin's like looking at Theo, looking at Chenku, and also looking at Darren like quickly between all three, and she's just like, "Can we please have this discussion later, ma'am?"
No, we can't have that. And who the fuck is this guy?
Just that. Oh my god. She turns to Darren and like she bows so deeply, and she goes, "I'm so sorry, sir. This is my wife. She's a little protective of me."
Well, you should inform her that I am the king.
Oh. What does Theo do?
Theo says, "Well, any king that has to profess I am the king is not really a true king."
Oh my god, Theo!
Hopefully you'll know that after my wife here has finished winning your war for you.
She, like, internally, Cyprin is so proud of her, and, like, she's like, God damn, she's hot, but, like, at the same time, she's like, oh my god, I'm gonna get killed before I can even start a war for this man. Like, she's freaking out. And she just goes, Theo, I will tell you what happens later when I come home.
Because I respect Lady Cyprin, you harlot, I will leave this room so that you two may chat. But perhaps, in the future, you will think before you speak so disrespectfully to the true king.
When he calls her harlot, they're like, I think a vein pops in her forehead a little bit.
Yeah.
Because she is not okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
But she also sees what turning around and yelling at him could do, especially since they, like, met that morning.
Mm-hmm.
So she kind of keeps it quiet, but she puts it in the back of her head that he said that, you know.
And Theo goes, harlot! And Darren and Shanku are, like, walking out of the room at this point.
God damn!
What the
I love
fuck
her
is
so
wrong
much.
with him? Who the fuck is that guy?
Theo!
What?
My god, I love you so much, but I don't come into wherever you're working and just ruin everything, do I? And it's not on the top it's not on your back that we could start a war at any moment. You could just get killed on the spot by him.
Well, someone at my workplace would never speak to you in such a manner.
Yeah, well, you know how the council is, you know how politics are, they think they own the world, you know that.
Well, that guy certainly does. And that's gonna be our next king?
I have to work for him, he wants me to be his advisor.
You're not going out to war, right?
She kind of stays quiet and looks at the ground.
Cyprin. Cyprin.
Yeah?
Tell me you're not going out to war with that fuckhead in there.
I can't tell you that.
Because you'd be lying to me.
Yeah. It looks more and more like we're probably going to go to war.
And what am I supposed to do? Sit around and wait?
I feel like Cyprin has like a tear kind of just rolling down her face.
What happens when you die out there and then never come back? What am I to do? And not only that, but you're dying for that dickhead?
He is technically the rightful heir of the throne, if we go by succession.
And I suppose we are.
Would you rather follow Todrick? You know what they say about him.
Yeah, he might be mad, but at least he's nice.
You're not wrong.
This guy, I don't think anyone would support this man.
I honestly, and you can't say this anywhere else, I swear to God, Theo, but I've been with him all day and he's just got all of my warning flags going off. I do not like him.
But he is the king, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
Okay. Well, don't get killed, because I don't want to have to learn necromancy to bring you back.
She smiles at that, and she pulls her into a huge hug, and just says, I love you.
I love you too. She hugs her back, obviously. And then, once she's let go, she's kind of like, although I do know a guy.
Okay, Theo.
What?
Yeah, she's smirking by now, and she's wiped away her tears, and she just never change.
I mean, you know our neighbor. Shalimar likes to look into some interesting things.
We're neighbors with Shalimar?
Mm-hmm.
God damn it. At that, Cyprin's starts to think, and she goes, huh, well, I mean, keep that in your back pocket, I guess, huh?
Yeah, maybe you could use him in the war that's coming up.
Yeah, he seems like a nice enough guy, right?
I'm sure he could be talked into it. Anyways, I'm going home. This place reeks of politics and dissidents and so on and so forth. You want me to pick you up anything from the store while I'm out?
No, I'll find something around the castle. I'll probably be late.
Very well then. I wish you all the safety and love that I always do. But especially now, since you're a fucking war advisor, apparently.
Yeah. Well, hopefully my money will go up, yeah?
I mean, surely that comes with a raise, right?
Yeah, you'd think so.
And Theo exits the throne room at this point, and Cyprin's just left in there alone.
I feel like Cyprin's smiling, warily, because she loves Theo so much, but at the same time, she's so scared for her safety.
Yeah. And suddenly,
oh god,
from the council room, you hear, "Oh damn!"
I will rush in.
Okay. So in rushing in, you see... Wait. Let me get the document up. Mr. Farlight is on the ground.
Uh-oh.
And Justice Mournhell is standing over him, dagger in hand.
Wait?
Darren has his sword drawn. He's protecting Shanku in the corner at this point. And you hear Darren go, Cyprin, we have to stop him! And thusly,
yeah.
I would like for everyone to roll initiative.
Who stabbed Farlight?
Justice Mournhell.
Justice Mournhell, okay.
Let's see, because you get a teammate. Oh, that's the wrong character sheet. Different king, Tower, different king. There we go. So, bada bing. Damn!
Okay, let's see. My initiative...
Damn! Excuse me.
Ah! That's unfortunate. Also, I guess, was I able to rage before I'm guessing... I guess I could just do it on bonus action on the first one. Yeah. Yeah, so that's cool.
What was your roll? Oh, an 11? What's your dex?
It is 13, 16, 3 modifier.
So plus 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Then, yeah, you would go first. But Darren will go first before anyone.
Of course he will.
And he's going to... Just gonna walk up, pull out a fucking hammer, start hitting this guy. With a 7 to miss. the man just dodges and weaves the hammer. Just like, fuck you. And now it's Cyprin's turn.
Okay, I am going to use my great axe. And that will be a dirty 20 to hit.
Okay, that'll hit.
And that is a, what is my damage? Oh. 17 slashing damage.
God damn.
I rolled a 10 and I have a +7 damage.
Nice.
Oh, and I raged, by the way.
What's the weapon?
It's a great axe.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And is that your turn?
Yeah. What can I do? Because my bonus action was raging, and I don't think I didn't die. Yeah, that's all I can do.
Okay. And thus, Justice is going to swing at Cyprin because she hit him.
Uh-oh.
Huh! With a 16 to hit.
My armor class is 16.
Ah, it meets.
Yep.
Plus you take 7 bludgeoning damage.
And I will have that.
And this bitch has multi-attack.
Oh.
So he swings again with an 18 to hit you this time.
Oh.
For 5 bludgeoning damage. So 12 total.
And halves. So, yeah, so 6 damage?
Yep.
Also, I have to go grab my pizza real quick. Is that cool?
Alright, yep, all good. I'll go ahead and just run through Darren's turn.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Sounds good. Ooh. Nice, okay.
Okay, so sorry, I'm back.
No, you're good. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you. Okay, cool. So what was the damage? What, Darren just went?
Yeah, Darren just went.
Okay.
And he did 6 damage.
On the guy. Okay.
On the guy, yeah.
Cool.
And now it's your turn.
All right. Well, I'm gonna roll on here this time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 19 to hit.
Oh, fuck. That'll hit.
Awesome. And that is 11, 12 damage, because I have the from rage.
So at this point, I'm going to ask, do you want to kill him or just subdue him?
Yeah, I'm gonna for sure subdue him.
Okay.
Yeah, because I need to find out what the crap went down. Because Justice was the one who originally sided with, the other guy, and then sided with Darren at first, right? Afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this seems like a huge about face to me, so... Yeah, so I'm gonna subdue the guy.
Okay, so you subdue him at this point. Is there anything you'd like to say to him?
Stand down!
Let me go, goddamn you. He's
already
already dead. There's nothing to save.
But we need to know what happened. This seems like a huge about face. You voted with Darren just a little while ago.
Because I was forced to.
Forced
because
to?
I had no choice.
So instead you kill a man.
You're damn right I do.
Well, you do know that is not okay, correct?
I'm doing what's right for the nation. Can you say the same, Gorehart?
I'm following the law.
The law isn't always right.
That kind of hurts her a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing knights have come into the room by now, hopefully?
Yeah, they're there.
And she kind of just calls them and just says, take him away. Throw him in the prison.
He's taken to the dungeons at this point.
I feel like she kind of shakes her shoulders a bit just to kind of get the adrenaline to stop, because her rage, she got pretty pissed.
Yeah.
And she turns to Darren, and she goes, what say you, sir?
You knew these men better than I, Cyprin. You cast the sentence.
I just don't understand what he meant by he was forced. He originally voted for your brother, and then we had a conversation, and he voted for you, and all of a sudden he goes and kills Mr. Farlight?
Perhaps the gods speak to him as well.
But it still doesn't give you a right to kill someone in cold blood.
No, they have no jurisdiction down here. But I'm asking you, Cyprin. We all bared witness. He requires no trial. What should his sentence be?
She looks over at Chenku. And she looks alarmed.
Just nods his head at Cyprin.
Oh, fuck, I don't like this. And I'm guessing the law here is if you get caught killing someone, your death is called, right?
Oh yeah, and especially an assassination, at this level. Like this is a royal council member.
Yeah, so
this is pretty much a political assassination.
Yeah, she has a large, heavy sigh, and she just goes, I mean, we all witnessed it? I mean, she questioned, because she didn't see it happen. Did any of them see it happen?
Darren and Shanku did.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
they were in the room.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, she, with a heavy sigh, she just goes, I mean, it's the law. He has to die.
Well, let's see your great axe.
She has to do it?
The one who casts the sentence should swing the sword.
But why me?
It's part of the job, Cyprin. I understand you've never been in a position like this before, but Like I said, you knew these men better than I. It seems more just you carry out their death.
She squares up her shoulders because she doesn't want anyone to really see how much this is weighing on her, but I'm guessing Chenku can tell.
Yeah, Chenku's definitely reading the room.
Yeah. And she just kind of nods her head, does that bow, and she goes, "Yes, sir."
Well, to the dungeons with us then.
In her head, she's like trying to think rationally, and she's like, "It was really stupid to send him down to the dungeons when I was just gonna kill him anyway." So she's just trying to like think of logistics, not anything else right now.
Yeah.
It's like, now we have to go back down to the dungeons? This is so stupid.
All right, you make your way down to the deep, dark dungeons. And there is Justice in a cell at the moment. He goes, you've come to exile me? Send me away? Will I become a diplomat in some far-off country now?
Cyprin looks him straight in the face, and there's like, I don't think there's any emotion with her now. She's compartmentalized enough that she just is business right now. And she looks at him and she goes, "No, I've come to execute you."
You what?
You assassinated a council member.
Cyprin. You know my family. My children. You'd leave them without their father?
You should have thought about that before you killed a council member.
You had your family when you committed the actions you did today. Don't use them as a bargaining chip now. You can't do this. It starts with me, and where does it end, Cyprin? With you? With Theo?
I don't think... She's not really listening to him right now. I think she's just waiting to carry on the act.
And I sort of drag him out to the block, his hands tied behind his back, and he's like, "This won't end with me! You can't do this, Cyprin! Think of the consequences of your actions!"
She isn't hearing him.
Swing, Cyprin.
Yeah. She looks at Darren, and I think she doesn't even look at Justice. She just looks straight at the neck and right at the part where she needs to hit.
Yeah.
And she doesn't think twice, and she just brings the axe down. Nice, clean kill.
Roll for me.
No! What roll?
Just roll your great axe.
Okay. Come on. Oh, a nat 20!
Perfect. Yeah, Justice is screaming through the whole thing as Cyprin brings her axe down and lops his head off in a clean sweep. Her axe goes all the way to the floor. And then there's a silence as Justice's head kind of rolls around on the floor and blood spurts out of his neck. One down. Many more to go, I fear. And Darren walks out of the room at this point with the knights, and Shanku and Cyprin are the only ones left. And Justice, but he doesn't really count anymore.
I think Cyprin's just standing there. I think she's just staring at the pool of blood on the floor. And she's just silent, just staring at it, kind of in a daze.
Cyprin. Cyprin.
Yeah. She kind of shakes it off and looks at Chenku.
I think you should go home to your wife. Shanku's just kind of staring absent-mindedly at Justice's head at the moment.
You don't need me for anything more?
We'll continue tomorrow.
Yeah, all right. And is Darren still in the room?
No.
No, he left.
He's gone up with the knights, yeah.
Okay, so she has a 1,000-yard stare, and she just starts heading towards home. I don't think she even takes a horse. I think she just fucking walks home.
Just legs it.
Yeah.
And you get home, and you can hear Theo making making dinner in the kitchen. She hears the door open and goes, "Oh, so you are back in time for dinner." Wonderful.
I think she looks at Theo, and she just has this like 1,000-yard stare on her face.
What's wrong with you? That asshole say something else to you?
I think she just crumples to the ground. Like, I think she just falls to her knees and just starts sobbing. Like, she just starts fucking sobbing. Because she's a sensitive baby.
Theo comes in for the hug and is like, Cyprin, what's wrong? What happened? Did they hurt you? Did he hurt you? I'll fucking kill him. I'll fucking kill the son of a bitch.
I feel like she's just making illiterate words right now. Like, you can't quite understand what she's saying, but you hear the word death, you hear the word assassinate, you hear the word execution.
Who killed who? What happened, Cyprin? Use your words. Speak to me.
She tries to, like, get control of herself again, and she kind of heads over to just a chair in the room, and she sits down and breathes, and she says, Justice, he killed Mr. Farlight.
My God.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
It just seemed so out of the blue. He voted for Todrick earlier, and then I don't know, and it's so weird. He voted for him, and then we had a talk, and then he voted for Darren, and then all of a sudden he kills Mr. Farlight. Like, I don't understand. And so Darren asked me what I believed I should do, and I said, well, I mean, he broke the law. The law states if you kill someone, you have to be executed. So he made me swing it.
He made you what?
Yeah.
That son of a bitch. I won't stand for this.
I had to.
He'll be made to pay.
No, it's... If you get involved, you're gonna get killed, and I can't do that.
They're killing you, Cyprin.
It's part of my job.
Look at you. You've never come home from work like this.
Things are changing.
Well, I don't like this change.
I don't either, but I have to do this for the people.
And how many more friends of yours will you slaughter before this is over? Do you like justice?
I know.
We've babysat his children.
He made a choice. He shouldn't have killed him. He knows what the law is.
God damn it, Cyprin.
She kind of just turns to Theo and she goes, "Thank you for dinner, but I'm not hungry." And she just gets up and heads to the room and just kind of plops into bed.
That's fair. That is fair.
God damn, you're already ruining her!
Now for the following day. Woohoo! Alright, I imagine Cyprin probably doesn't sleep well, if I had to guess.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. She's tossing and turning all night.
And you wake up in the morning. How would she handle this morning, would you say?
I feel like she tries to compartmentalize it. Mm-hmm. She tries to look at facts. She just... It's another day. She's dreading it. But she didn't have a choice. He broke the law.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So, and she's doing what she's doing to try to avoid more bloodshed. So, right? Yeah, so I think she's just trying to compartmentalize everything, just be very factual.
She just gets up in the morning, goes about her day.
Yeah, just very quiet, though. She doesn't say a bunch.
I would say when she wakes up, though, Theo is gone.
Okay.
No Theo this morning. And
no note? Nothing?
No note. Except when you go to the front door, there's a piece of paper with a symbol on it.
Uh-oh.
And you see this on the piece of paper.
Whose is that?
It's not Francis. And it's not Darren's.
Is it Todrick?
Sure is.
No! Yeah, she's full ass. This is the first time she's felt emotion since yesterday.
Yep.
She's full ass freaking out.
Yep.
I think she books it to the castle to see Chenku and Darren.
Okay. You come into the throne room and they're there, along with a myriad of knights. You can see they're preparing for something.
She doesn't even think about the fact that he's royalty, and she just yells out, "They took Theo!"
They took Augury, too.
Well, we're gonna get them back, right? Promise me we're getting them back. I can't lose her.
We will try.
There's no try, we're fucking doing this.
We will attempt it. Shanku has some spies gathering information for us, and we believe they've taken them up north because they're going after the Ashford family up there. So, we're heading north.
All right. What are we waiting for? Let's go.
Preparatory things are in place. Cyprin, don't worry. I have your wife's safety at the center of my focus at the moment, along with Augury's.
She kind of makes a mental note of that, but she's like, he's bullshitting me. She doesn't give a fuck about my wife.
My spies are setting up some things in the north for us so that we may easily get the drop on some of Todrick's men. We don't believe Todrick is with them. We think he's attempting to hold hostage some of our most valuable players. And obviously your wife Theo as well.
Well, you just made a great enemy today.
Very well then. We'll head for Ashbourne. We'll warn the Ashford family of what's to come, and we will protect them.
Oh, God. I think she's just riled. Like, I think she just hears, rushing blood in her ears right now, and she's just fucking pissed. Like, she can't think straight right now.
And you can hear, like, your heartbeat in your skull, basically. Okay. So, they head out. They make their way up north, which on the new map's not out yet, but Ashbourne's going to be one of these northern towns. More towards, like, the Frostlands. Like, I think it's the furthest, like, upper northeast. Excuse me, town. And the travel over there is fine. And making your way up there, you arrive in Ashbourne, and it's a small fishing town up north. Nothing super notable here. And yeah, you're here now. Darren hops off of his horse, and Shanku as well. He's like, well, I suppose we should find the Ashford family first, as they're going to be the next targets.
I feel like Cyprin's pretty quiet, but you can see, like, she's itching for a fight. Like, her hands keep kind of opening and closing. You can kind of, if you look closely, she's kind of visibly shaking.
Are you okay, Cyprin?
I'm fine.
You don't see
She's trying very hard not to just book it into town and just kill everyone she sees. Like, she's not thinking right now.
Okay. If anyone even comes off as a Todrick follower, kill them. He shouldn't have people this far up north.
I feel like she's got a great axe in her hands now. Like, she's just holding it.
Yep. Okay. And you make your way into the town. Are you sort of vested in finding the Ashford family as well?
I mean, she is, because that's what she's being told what to do, but she's looking everywhere else for any sign of Theo. Like, anything.
Right. Okay. So, let me see if I can get Tim's backstory up here.
Uh-oh.
There's some notable things here. Okay. God damn it. Shared with me. The fuck is it? It's a bit cringe. Okay, it should be shortly after this. There it is. God damn. Okay. Very, very kind of you guys to put these too long didn't reads at the bottom here for me. Okay. All right. So, you're wandering the town of Ashford, or Ashbourne. God, I get used to that. Ashbourne at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
When you come across a small girl, about 10 years old. She looks up at you and is like, "You're not from around here."
I feel she's like flexing now, like visibly, because she's trying so hard not to just lash out.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, "No, I'm not."
You look lost. You aren't with those strange men that brought that tiefling and that woman into town today, are you?
At that, she immediately zeroes in on the girl. And she goes, "No, but I am looking for them. Can you tell me where they went? This is very important."
I can. But I do need some help.
Oh, for fuck's sake. What?
See, my father owns the Ashford fisheries up here. And we're running a little bit low this month. So,
Michael,
maybe if you head out to the water and get me some fish, I can tell you where those strange men went.
Can I roll like an insight check to see if she's just fucking playing me or if this is like real?
Yeah, you can roll insight.
Okay, let's see. Let's do it on the computer, because... 9.
That's alright, because she seems genuine in her presentation. You don't have really any reason to doubt her, even if she is a little shit.
She goes, "Fine, just hurry."
Alright, yeah, just go to the river over there, snatch up some fish, and you bring me good enough ones, I'll tell you exactly where they are.
So she books it.
Yeah.
She's just, you just see this like half minotaur just thump, 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 yeah, running over to the river.
Yeah, just give me like 3 sleight of hand checks, real quick.
Oh. Okay, what is my sleight of hand? 17.
Okay.
Ooh, a 21.
Nice.
And a 21!
Nice. All right. So you bring over some nice fish, and she's like, "All right. Thank you."
Okay, where did they go?
Oh, I believe they're actually, I think they went towards those cabins in the west, sort of out in the forest. Might be keeping them there. Might want to check that out.
Thank you. And she just books it. I don't
Yvette, by the way.
What?
She said Yvette, by the way.
Oh, shit. I don't think she heard it. Yeah. She's out.
Okay.
I feel like she isn't gonna go to Chenku or any of them. I think she's just gonna go alone.
Ooh. Okay.
But I'm hoping that she runs by them so they see her booking it, because she's not hard to miss.
Yeah, I'd say Darren and Shanku would probably make note of you, and they're sort of like following you at this point.
Okay, good, because I didn't want to completely fuck myself over, but it just seems like something she would do. She's not thinking.
Right.
Yeah, so she books it to the cabins.
Yeah, you see the cabin she's talking about. You can see a couple soldiers on the outside, sort of wandering about at the moment. Chopping wood, that kind of thing. Doing just general chores outside of the cabin. And they do don the sigil of Todrick on their armor.
So I see 3 out front, you said.
Mm-hmm.
But I have no idea who's inside.
Correct.
Can I... I feel like she would just rush in with how angry she is, but she also doesn't want to do that and cause Theo to get killed.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she's gonna try to like take a look through windows in the back to see if she can like see what's going on inside.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
All right. Ugh, 11.
11? Okay, so looking inside, you do see... it's sort of blurry through the window, but you can see that there's 2 tied up people with, like, bags over their heads in the room there. And you are able to see that sort of... I'll say, since it's pretty distinct, you're able to see the kind of red tinge of Augury's skin.
Okay. Does she see any guards inside, though?
Not in that room in particular, no.
Oh, fuck. I think she's gonna try to get in. Is there a back door?
Yes.
I think she's gonna try to get the path of least resistance with less guards sneakily, so she can try to untie them first before she starts any stupid shit.
And just as you go to sneak in through the back door, you hear, "I am Darren Covington.
God fucking damn it, Darren!
King of Dimorel.
Ah!
Unhand your hostages or you will be slain!"
Ah! At that, she just bashes in the door.
Yeah, and now you kind of hear them like doing battle outside at this point.
Yep.
You hear fighting outside, and you're able to kind of navigate the house at this point.
Yeah, she's gonna try to get straight to Theo.
So you can kind of tell that they're winning out there because they do have the numbers on these guys. And once you open the door, you see a man stood there. And you can tell by the like body and the clothes that are worn that it's Theo, even though the bag's not taken off of her head at the moment. And he's got a dagger to her throat. And he goes, "Don't move, or she dies."
She stops in her immediately. Now, think about this. What's your name?
You don't worry about who I am. I'm here in the name of our lords, the ancient ones, the ones before us. I'm saving Bellaruta.
Okay, but do they want you to kill innocents?
You're not innocent.
I might not be, but she is.
You stand with the usurper, and she stands with you.
She knows she's not getting anywhere. Can I just chuck an axe at his head? Or his
I'm
hand?
going to say, as you sort of stood there having a conversation, you suddenly see an arrow just pierce his skull. And he falls down. And looking behind you, you see Darren standing in the front doorway of the cabin with his longbow.
She, like, kind of looks at him really quickly, but doesn't think, and she just goes straight for Theo.
Yeah, Darren just nods, like, immediately. And, like, I'll say you catch Theo before she hits the ground.
Yeah.
The sound of battle still going on outside at this point.
I think she grabs Theo, takes the bag off her head. I'm guessing she probably had a gag, too.
Yeah.
She takes that out, unbinds her hands and her legs.
The fuck?
It's okay. I'm here. I've got you.
They fucking drugged me in the night and took me out of the house after you went to bed.
But you're okay now?
I'm alive.
Did they do anything else to you?
No. They just brought me here.
She's just, like, holding onto her face, and she's just kissing her entire face. Like, just all her whole face.
And then,
she just...
like, next to you, because Augury's still in the room, you just hear...
Oh, she looks at Theo, and she goes, do you mind?
Not at all.
And, she, like, gently lets go of her, and just goes straight over to Augury and just rips all the shit off. Like, no...
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I knew I was going to see you today, but let me tell you, waiting in that bag was not the most pleasant thing in the world.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Now, would you undo our binds, please?
Oh, yes, sorry.
Thank you.
She's doing it, but still staring at Theo. Like, you know, just making sure she's good, but she's, you know, helping out Augury. And she goes, yeah, Darren's a pretty good shot with a bow.
He is that. At least he has one redeeming quality. And I guess now he's technically assisted in saving me, so I guess I owe it to him.
She, like, her head completely cocks onto the side. Like, you know when a dog hears a weird noise and they just go... Cyprin doesn't even hide it. She just... You know? And she goes, oh, you don't agree with our lord?
Oh, that's Theo talking, not Augury.
Oh!
Yeah.
Just kidding. Then all of this is great. Yeah. Never mind. I take it all back.
Everything's fine.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she just is kind of glaring at Theo to be like, shh.
Even if he is a fucking asshole.
Damn, I was really hoping it was Augury. Yeah, well, that fucking asshole saved your life, okay?
He got lucky. He's probably trying to hit me, to be honest.
Not like I wouldn't have been able to do it myself, but it was nice.
Yeah, I'll be, like, grateful or whatever, I guess.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. I'm doing it for you.
I know.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
I don't fucking like him.
I know. But can you, like, not like him a little quieter?
It'd be kind of cool if he died in that battle outside right now, if I'm being quite honest.
Shh. Can Augury hear all of this?
Oh, yeah, Augury's listening to all of this. Just sitting there.
She's looking at Augury and she's just kind of like, I'm sorry, you know?
Augury just, like, winks at Cyprin and walks out of the room.
Oh! It's gonna be hilarious if Cyprin, like, ends up really liking Augury. It's just, it would happen. Yeah, so she just kind of, like, is taken a little bit aback by the wink, but she's like, interesting development.
Who the fuck is that, by the way?
That's his advisor. She can, like, see the future and stuff.
And she didn't stop this from happening?
Well, I mean, maybe there's limits. I love Theo.
Jesus fucking Christ, real fucking clusterfuck circus troupe you've got fucking going on out there.
Yeah.
You got a psychic that doesn't tell anyone the future. You got a king that's gonna kill everyone. And then Shanko. Which, Shanko's fine, I guess.
You know, when I left him yesterday, he said good luck. And he said, I didn't want to see your head on a spike. And I said, yeah, well, my wife would kill me. And then he goes,
I'd kill him
she'd
too.
kill me too. Yeah, see? He knows you. I think he likes you.
He better.
She just kind of, like, holds Theo's hands and just stares at them, still not really believing that she's fine, you know?
If you wouldn't mind, I'm going to take your horse to go back home.
Are you sure you don't want me to go with you?
No.
I don't like the thought of you going alone.
You have to stay with the king.
Yeah, I guess I should help what's going out up front.
Besides, this was probably just a distraction from the real matter anyways.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
I mean, they didn't kill me, so obviously I'm not on the chopping block yet.
Yeah, I wasn't really thinking very... I think I yelled at a little girl. I don't know. I could only see red, you know?
I understand. Go back to work.
Okay.
I'm okay.
Be safe, please. And she just kisses her forehead.
I'll work on it.
She's like this big sigh and just heads out front with her axe.
It's been a slaughter. You know,
yeah.
the Todrick Covingtons are not doing well. Darren walks up, sort of covered in blood, and goes, "Is she okay?"
Yeah.
Excellent.
And thank you, sir, for your help.
Of course. I would hope you've done the same for me.
Yes, sir. Augury is good as well.
Good. Couldn't risk losing either of them.
Yeah.
Perhaps now you see why I think that taking such rash actions is important at the start here.
Yeah.
Todrick will stop at nothing.
Yeah, I get it.
However, we have ours back now, so I think we can leave.
Okay. And she's kind of sad she didn't get to help kill people, because she's still pretty pissed. She puts her axe back on her back, and internally, she's still thinking about how she doesn't really like Darren, but now that they fucked with her wife, she's like, she gets it, you know? Yeah. She's like, yeah, she gets it. So.
Alright. Excellent. So Darren, Shanku, and you kind of like congregate in the street at this point and go, well, what's our next course of action?
Well, Theo, my wife mentioned this seemed more like a distraction than anything, so are we sure he wanted us here for a reason? He could be more going on somewhere else, you know?
Could be. Where should we go then?
I don't know. Do you have any idea? Did we find anything on the guards? Any messages?
Nothing of interest, unfortunately. Seems like they were underlings of someone in a higher position.
What about Augury? Does she have any idea?
As it stands currently, Augury hasn't had any visions about the future, so...
She makes a mental note to tell Theo that she didn't see this coming.
Okay. We'll have to... I mean, I've given Francis till dawn, and I haven't heard back from him, so we can assume he's not going to be joining forces with us.
Yeah.
Which means he'll have to be destroyed as well.
She kind of tenses at the word destroyed, but doesn't disagree.
Along with Todrick. Wherever the fuck he is.
Yeah. This seemed like a weird scheme to get us somewhere else.
Some of my spies relayed information that Francis is riding south with his troop.
South?
Yes. Towards Donicia.
What, to get allies or something? What is he?
That would be my assumption. He may seek the refuge of other lords to build up a bigger army. Come back here and take the city from us.
Do you have anyone that you can call to your side, Darren? Sir?
Well, I was a nobility until yesterday. So, not really. Although, since we're here in the north anyways, perhaps we could ask the northern houses for their support?
Yeah, I guess.
Very well then. I guess the first house would be the Winsingtons. And then the Grey Stars. Which one should we head for first?
Whatever's closer. She's still kind of like not thinking very well, so she's just agreeing with everything.
Okay, well, the Winsingtons reside here in Ashbourne, so I guess we'll go to them first.
Alright.
That said, we'll have to get entrance to the castle. To Whitehaven we go.
Yes. Yeah. Sure.
Alright.
I feel like she just finds a random horse or something.
Yeah, or rides one of the wagons, or rides with Shanko, or something similar. Yeah, so you make your way to Whitehaven. It's this huge, especially for a castle that's outside of like any of the bigger cities. It's like, this is a very impressive castle, just from the exterior. And you start making your way towards the entrance, and they sort of, Darren hails down the gate, and you are given entrance to the castle just off of your namesake.
Yeah, I guess. She kind of heads in. She follows behind Darren because obviously he's the king, right?
You are met by the Lord of Whitehaven, Kent Winsington. Kent looks on and goes, "Greetings."
Hello.
Darren kind of steps back and is letting Cyprin take the reins on this one.
Oh, fuck. Of course he is. She, bows to him.
He bows, he returns it.
She goes, hello, thank you, my lord, for letting us in. This is the rightful King Darren Covington. We have come to ask your allegiance to him in the foreseeable future that we have a feeling a war is going to start.
What has become of Anerin?
She has recently passed.
I see. You'll have to forgive me. News travels slowly to the north, I fear.
Yes, that makes sense.
I thought she did not have any children heir to the throne.
He had 3. He had them out of... She's trying to say this in a way that doesn't make him seem like bad, you know, because she's still the king and he's right there, and she can't just flat out be like, he's a bastard. So she just goes, yeah, she had 3 sons out of wedlock, and before she passed, she decreed it that they were all legitimate. So, yeah. But technically, if we go by the law of succession, which is what we always have done for millennia, Darren is the rightful king.
And why is the rightful king here? In the north.
She's trying to, like, get her bearings, and she just says, because we are looking for allies in future war that we're most likely going to see very soon.
And how will my house benefit from allyship with Sir Darren here?
At that, she looks at Darren and kind of backs up and gives him the floor, because she has no idea what he has to offer her.
We will acknowledge the north in a way that my ancestors before me never have. I will name you Kent, if I may call you that, as the rightful lord of the north. It will be yours to rule over. It's been known for many years that the king in Vecna truly has no rule. King or queen has no rule over the north because of the distance between us, but I think that the north should have its own rightful ruler, and I will give you that, if you help me attain the throne. It's quite the offer. I will speak with the other houses of the north, the Grey Stars and so on, and we will come to a decision. You'll receive a letter from us.
Damn.
Very well then, Lord Winsington. I look forward to your resolution. We'll be departing now.
I feel like Cyprin hasn't seen that side of King Darren. So she's like, wow, he actually kind of has a head for this. Like, you know? She's surprised.
Yeah.
Because all she sees is the ridiculous bloodlust. Like, traitors gots to die, you know? So, yeah, she's like, oh.
And yeah, you make your way outside of Whitehaven now. And Darren sort of says, well, I suppose we should get back to the capital before they turn everyone against us there. The northern houses will be enough if Francis is getting allies elsewhere, and then with the northern houses we'll certainly be able to destroy Todrick and his army as well.
Yeah. Sir, that was very well done.
Thank you. Not sure if any of it's actually in the realm of possibility, but I said it. So.
And internally she goes, there it is.
But I suppose if I am king, I can decree that. And
yes, sir.
They will be allowed such, so. Very well then. Shall we leave then?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. You're making your way back towards Vecna. And give me a perception check.
Alright. I'm gonna roll for one.
Okay.
Because they've been shit on here. Oh! Well, that is a nat 1.
Oh, okay.
That would be a 5 altogether.
All right. You don't see anything. Which also
She's
means...
still thinking about Theo.
Yeah. Well, at least you won't have to make this dex check in a second. You're just going to fall.
No! No! I have danger sense.
Is that right? What does that do?
That is... Wait, where's my danger sense? There you go. I have advantage on dex saving throws against effects that you can see. Oh, that you can see. Never mind, so don't worry about it. I can see it.
There we go. Oh, works out.
That fixes that.
Woo! But at least now I know you have it. So that's good. I'll keep that in mind for future reference. So, you're riding along. Things seem normal, and then there's just a fucking explosion in front of you.
God damn.
And a wagon's destroyed. Darren's thrown from his horse. You're thrown from your horse, and so is Shanku. As you're all sort of, you know what? Actually, I'll give you the dex save. Give me the dex save. And since you can see the explosion, I'll give you the advantage as well.
Oh, you're such a kind DM. Well, what is my dexterity? So that would be an 11. I rolled a 2 and an 8.
Oh, fuck. All right. Well, yeah, you're launched far as fuck into a tree. You hit the ground. You're looking up now, and you can see a knight in sort of a very specific set of armor. He sort of looks like he's built to be one of the old gods. And you can rest assured that that is Todrick Covington II stood before you.
Damn it.
And he goes, "And I stand before you as the Lord has intended me. Come forth, Darren. You still have the opportunity to surrender." And Darren goes, "Fuck that!" So he stands up, and he pulls out his longbow, and he looks to you, and he sort of like nods at you, like, "You good?"
I like kind of get my bearings, and I quickly get up, and I think, because I'm far from him, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get my hand axes and get ready to throw them.
All right, and that is where we're gonna end for today.
Tyler!
Woo!
And I have to wait how long to figure out?
Like 3 weeks, like a month maybe.
Ah!
Let's see, we play Lindy's game next week. Then it's Lindy. Then Lindy's game. Then Tim. Ooh. Then it's Lindy's game. And then it's you again. So
isn't Lindy's is done next week, right?
That's what she said, but she said she might also write more for it. Or Tim might start a game too. So we gotta factor for that. But we'll see what happens. However,
I don't know if I can wait that long.
At the end of this, I have to ask how you're feeling in and out of character.
Okay, in character, she just got thrown from her fucking horse into a tree.
Yep, that sucks.
And all she can think about is making sure Theo got home safely, because she doesn't even know if she got home safely.
That's right.
And she's still freaking out over that, so that's probably also why she didn't see the bomb coming.
Yep.
And now she's finally met Todrick, and she's like, this asshole! Like, she immediately is like, oh my god, it all makes sense. Like, she hates both of them. I don't think she likes Darren either, but Darren did save Theo, so she feels a slight more allegiance to him.
Okay.
And he did work really well with the nobles of the North. So she's like, I mean, he's got a decent political head on his shoulder. He's just a little bit bloodthirsty for his brothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she's confused. She's worried. She's freaking out. She's fucking tired. Like, she already got battered around a little bit. We haven't had a long rest since she got hit last time, right?
Nope.
No, yeah. So she's already a little bit, like, bruised. So she's just, God, it used to be so nice. You know?
Yeah. It's incredible
Why
how
did I
quickly
leave
things
home?
spiral. Yeah.
Yeah.
She
So,
didn't answer the call that day. She would have been chilling at home with her wife still.
Man, yeah, so that's where she's at. Oh my god, I am having a Tyler, that was so well done.
Thank you.
It just, it was so, like, I was already really excited for it, but, like, I love getting this chance to, like, feel the characters on my own.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I know what I wrote, but I don't know what you wrote. But, like, being able to kind of figure out my character alone is very helpful.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
So, yeah, I'm really liking it. I miss everyone else for sure.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool having your own little background before you meet them.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're able to kind of tell them more because it happened. You know,
Yeah.
it's not just you telling about your backstory that you wrote on a piece of paper, right?
Yep.
So yeah, I'm really well done.
I'll tell you a couple cool things as bait real quick.
Okay.
You did see Tim's character this session.
Was Rohan Ashford that came to the door, right?
No. That's his brother.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you saw him at the meeting with Francis.
Oh, he was standing there around.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so that was what you guys were talking about him seeing me at one point. Yeah. Okay.
And you saw Lindy this session too, technically speaking.
Oh.
Well, I guess you didn't really see Lindy this session.
I'm guessing some point in the forest, maybe?
That was a hint.
Okay.
The not seeing her part.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Ah! I'm so excited.
Have you realized where she was?
Doing this.
What's that?
Huh? What?
Have you realized where you saw Lindy?
The only thing I can think of is the little girl.
No. But
no?
that's actually Tim's character's little sister.
Okay, that's what I thought, because you were mentioning Rohan, but I have no idea otherwise.
Well, my hint was that you didn't actually see her because of the role, but she was involved there at the end.
Oh, is she a little bomb maker?
She was involved in the ambush, that's for sure.
God damn it, Lindy! She would.
But yeah, I had a lot of fun this session. I'm enjoying you guys get to be a lot more like main character-y, and it lets me play around with like a lot more characters.
Yeah.
You know? Like you got to meet Darren this session, and you knew Theo beforehand, and Shanku, but you also got to meet you met Ronan's little sister, Yvette. And
I love how I just pieced out and she's like, Yvette, by the way. Like, no one cares, Yvette.
I love Yvette. She's so funny. But yeah. And God, yeah. Honestly, Tim's like the only one who's like not directly in the middle of the war at the moment, because Francis was just like, we're fucking out of here. We're leaving.
Oh, so he follows Francis?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Yeah. And I'm guessing Lindy's character follows Todrick.
Yep, they follow the same gods. So.
Oh no. This is how the fuck are we all gonna end up working together?
Don't answer. I know, right? Just you wait. And you like that Todrick's vision is like correct out of character, but in character you're all like, oh, he's a fucking madman.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's the best part. Is like, oh well, he's not wrong.
No, he's 100% accurate. He's like, Rohan Ashford's gonna save the world, but not the Rohan Ashford that he's thinking of, unfortunately.
That's so. This is what happens when all your ancestors have the same fucking name, like Game of Thrones.
Exactly. Goddamn Targaryens. Son of a bitch.
Wow.
But yeah, there it is.
So good. Well done, Tyler.
Thank you. I've had a lot of fun putting it together, so no worries. I'm having a blast.
What do you think of Cyprin?